Hello there, quirky people. I'm your host, Anna, and today we'll be discussing the mystery behind Loki Season 1's finale. With Season 2 set to arrive in 2023, it's time that we start talking about it once again. Season 1 ended with a major cliffhanger after Sylvie killed He Who Remains. Loki was sent back to the TVA, and people started to believe that he was just another analyst.
Take it easy. You're an analyst, right? What division are you from?
What are you talking about?
Who are you? What's your name?
Things had totally changed over there. The TVA agents were allowing branches to grow, and Loki saw Kang's statue, which indicated that after Sylvie killed He Who Remains, a new Kang variant had already conquered the TVA. He had taken the organization under his control, and was allowing branches to grow in the multiverse so that the Council of Kangs could exist. And the final scene of Quantumania made us think that Victor Timely is the new Kang variant who took over the TVA. But that bit may not be true after all. A new MCU rumor reveals the identity of the Kang variant that Loki ends up seeing in the Season 1 finale. But before I reveal it, I'd love it if you guys would click on those like and subscribe buttons to support our channel. Your support will be highly appreciated. Now with that out of the way, let's talk about the final mystery of Loki. Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania revealed thousands of new Kang variants as the Council of Kangs got unleashed. So, people could imagine that one of those Kang variants would be running the TVA after He Who Remains. It obviously won't be any of the three main variants that are Pharaoh Ramatut, the Scarlet Centurion, or Immortus, as these three look very different from their statue. The statue looks a lot like Quantumania's main Kang variant, but it's unlikely that he took over the TVA either, because he was exiled to the Quantum Realm where he eventually died. So, it could be theorized that one of the Kang variants that Immortus called in could be running the TVA. But I've got reason to believe that this is not the case. The Marvel Updates Twitter account, which regularly posts rumors and scoops from industry insiders, has tweeted something very interesting. According to them, when Loki was sent back to the TVA, he didn't end up in the present day. He actually traveled back in time when the TVA was formed, and He Who Remains was not hiding from others. He Who Remains was running the show from the front. And it was only later that he wiped everyone's memory and made them to believe in the Timekeepers. Now this revelation makes things very confusing, as the TVA is believed to exist outside of time. People over here don't age, and it's hard to navigate through their past in this particular realm. So, it's hard to believe how traveling back to TVA's past is possible. But let's just consider that it is, and Loki Season 2 will explain how that is possible. And keeping that in mind, just think about this rumor for a second or two. You'd realize that things make total sense, and everything starts to fall into place. Instead of a new Kang variant suddenly coming in and taking over everything, the death of He Who Remains could have erased the lies that made everyone believe in. He was the one who brought the Timekeepers to the forefront of the place.
Yes! 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 What's the worst that can happen?
So it is surely possible for Loki to reach a period in the TVA when the Timekeepers had not become a thing yet. And everyone is still thinking that He Who Remains is their leader. He became bored in the future when we saw him at his citadel at the end of time. But with Loki going back to the past version of the TVA, we'd get to see a past version of He Who Remains as well. He'd be younger, more active in the TVA's proceedings, and much eviler than any other variant we've seen so far. So to conclude, the new Kang variant ruling of the TVA is He Who Remains himself. And we will see him in his prime, ready to take on the Council of Kangs. Or maybe he will unite with the other Kang variants to set up the Avengers Kang Dynasty. But my point is that this rumor opens up a lot of possibilities for the future of MCU beyond Loki. And we'd also get to explore an interesting prospect throughout Loki Season 2, which will now tell us the untold history of the TVA. We might even find out how He Who Remains formed the TVA, how Mobius was plucked out of his awesome life where he drove around on his jet ski, how Ravonna Renslayer came to the organization, and how many other things at the TVA came into being, how they were before the Timekeepers. It will also be interesting to see which other Kangs besides He Who Remains and Victor Timely would come into play in Loki Season 2. Okay, that's all for now. What do you guys think about this latest rumor? Did Loki see a past version of He Who Remains in the season finale? Or was it a new Kang variant who took over the organization? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And once again, don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons if you enjoyed the video. Goodbye, and I'll see you in the next one.